Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Better Posture and Posterior routine. If you can be barefoot for this one, that would be great. We're also going to be using a resistance band. Now, I'm actually using half of a flat resistance band. Mine broke. So you don't need a long band. You could use tubing. Just kind of grab whatever you have. We'll try to make adjustments as we go with it. We can start by just holding it across the hips. We'll gently work into using resistance, but of course, first we want to warm things up. So just steady your feet with that slight turnout. Take a nice stretch up and back and round and release. So we're going to inhale, opening across to that upper back. Exhale, round. So we're going to really concentrate on the back side of the body today, tapping into our posture muscles, but also all the muscles that are just along the posterior chain in the body, which help support our posture and power us through our day. Holding it up at the top, just taking a gentle little pull, side, center. So pulling, really thinking about the back here, drawing that shoulder blade down into your side. 2 more. Good. Nice, and just taking a little plie position, little pulse here, very gently with that band. I want you to go ahead and turn the palms up, just kind of holding it almost like a tray, and just start pulsing, pulling back with your shoulder blades, pulling them back and together, just starting to just gently tap into those upper back muscles. Good. Nice. Holding it back across our hips. Let's take a little wider stance so we can get into a little bit of a lunge here. Just allowing the knee to reach towards those toes. Good. So we're going to anchor the band with this bottom hand, taking it to the inside of our knee. Top hand, palm faces in. We're going to open out, reach, little rotation, come down. So the shape of my arm isn't changing here. I'm going to open for 2. And down. I'm letting my shoulder turn with this slight rotation in the upper back. Good. Open and close. 3, you can lunge a little more deeply if you want more out of that leg and the glutes. Now taking this one up and holding it, we're just going to take a small little pulse back for 8, 7, pull your shoulder blade back and together towards your spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Before we go to the other side, rotating into a little lunge position. You can come down and up with me or just hold it statically. And we're gonna press back with the tricep and still work into that upper back. So small range of motion to start, or you can make it a little bigger. Hold it down, little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back to the center. Good. So we're going to set that up on the other side. Holding it down, anchoring with the other hand now. Position that other arm. And so you're going to adjust your resistance depending on how your band feels. You're going to choke up a little higher for more resistance, a little further for less. So I'm letting that top shoulder rotate, open, and then slightly turn in. Little movement in that thoracic spine, but also still pulling behind that shoulder blade. Anchoring that bottom arm strong. Exhale. Eyes can go with it or go straight ahead, whatever's feeling good to you. 2 more. Now just take this one up for that hold, pulsing it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, relax your neck, 2, and 1. Come up and turn. So again, staying static or coming up and down. Press back, really pushing through the back of that arm. So adjust the band so you can feel the back side of that arm and behind that shoulder blade working. down and up, or you're just holding it with the legs. Hold it down, pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's come on up. Just stay facing one side. So you could have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, tapping it out. So we're going to keep working that upper back a little bit more into the glutes and some balance work next. So we're going to take the band out in front of us, palms facing in. Shift your weight into that front leg, bend your knee, tap that back toe light, and we're going to pull, lift, and down, little bow and arrow. So my bottom knee is extending and bending slightly, or you could just hold it statically bent. Focus on your balance here, push and squeeze. My pelvis is square forward, pulling behind that shoulder blade. 2, 1, now pulse it back, up. Hold and squeeze. Good, let's go right to the other side, just tap it out. Setting it up. Again, see what feels good to you. Holding back, lift, pull. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and together. Squeezing through the back glutes, standing glutes working too for balance. Two more. Holding this one up, pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Nicely done, setting it down. Little work for the hamstrings now. Not a lot of resistance. We're gonna hinge forward and come up. So just taking a nice neutral spine, hinge, dynamic stretch, open them up. Squeeze. Two more. Last time. Good, let's just hinge forward so we can come down to our mat, walking it out. So lowering down into the hands of the knees. You can just leave your band right underneath you. If it's more comfortable for you to point your toes, point your toes. If you'd like to come to your elbows, you can come to your elbows. Let me just show you what we're gonna do first. So we're gonna curl one heel in, lifting it up and back. Now it doesn't have to be in line with your hip, but it could be. We're just gonna take a little pull in with the heel, squeezing in. Really imagine you have something behind your thigh that you're trying to squeeze that heel in nice and strong too. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now working into the hips, we're gonna make a circle out and around. Try not to shift too much into that supporting side. Again, you might feel better on your elbows. That's fine. One more. Hold it up. Let's press that heel up to the sky. Pulse up. So now into the glutes. Still working into the hamstrings too because they work together. And 4, 3, 2. Set it down. Let's set that up on the other side. So starting with that hamstring, squeezing the heel in. Pulse. So it's more about the curling in of the heel. Don't worry about lifting that knee up in line with the hip unless that works for you. Squeeze, squeeze. You gotta think about that hamstring contraction. Really feel it nice and strong. Now we're gonna go for that hip circle. Down, out, and around. As big as you can make it. Try not to shift too much to that supporting hip. Feel your range of motion. Does it differ on this side than the other? How does it feel? Is there popping or clicking? Can you make it as smooth as possible? Full range of motion. 2 more. holding it up, pressing the heel up, squeeze the glute more, up, up. Balancing your weight between your right and left hands, pressing away from the floor, don't sink into your wrist. Squeeze it strong. Nice job, good. Let's take a minute to just go ahead and lie all the way down, face down onto the mat, holding onto that band. Your arms are gonna make an X shape here. So we're gonna alternate, lifting the chest slightly, bending one elbow down at a time, lower and extend. Up, 2, and down. So I'm anchoring my other hand on the mat. I'm really thinking about retracting, depressing that shoulder blade down towards my hip as I extend slightly up. So it's not about the extension, just lift slightly up as your elbow bends, pull, and lower. Toes are staying, tops of the feet are staying into the mat. Now you have the choice to stay with that alternating arm or try pulling both arms down together and release down. See what feels better to you. Thinking about widening the band as you pull down, bending the elbows down. Exhale and inhale. Two more. Last time. Hold it at the top, little pulses. 8, 7, slide further down with those shoulders. And 4, 3, 2, release it. You can keep your elbows bent, hands flat. Just bend one knee, and now I have my knees kind of wide to the side because that feels a little more comfortable to me, but if you want to bring it in line with your hip more, that's fine. We're going to point and squeeze. So really tapping into that glute here. Thigh may not come off the floor, that's fine. Just pressing, squeeze, really feel that contraction just of that one side on the glutes. 4, 3, 2, take a second, extend the leg, switch to that other side and lift. Control a little range of motion. I'm just think of lifting, lifting. Contract and squeeze those glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Good. Both legs coming in, both at the same time. We're going to squeeze and lower a little slower. Up and lower. Up and lower. Again, don't have to come off the floor here. Up. 3, really working through the glutes. 2 and 1. You got it. Okay. Taking the band down underneath your hips here, flatten it out. If that's just not comfortable, you can lose the band altogether. But we're going to try and take a little extension, adding a little bit of resistance for the backs of the arms and that upper back. Option to lift the thighs or keep them on the floor. Exhale, extend, pull your shoulder blades back and together, squeeze and release. Again, if it's not feeling good to have the band in front of your hips like that, just lose the band and do it with just your body weight. Pull the shoulder blades back and together, squeeze through the backs of the arms, lift through the glutes, low back. Again, lengthen and lift. Take your time, go to your own range of motion here. Two more. Last one. Now keep your legs on the ground. Let's just lift that upper back, pulse the arms back and together. Squeeze through the triceps, squeeze through that upper back. Almost like I'm trying to bring my thumbs back and together behind my back. They're of course not getting close. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. From here, let's take a second just to flip over onto our back. So lying back onto the back, take your time to come down. Again, optional to add the band across the hips. We're gonna take a bridge with a little resistance. Walk your feet in so they're a comfortable distance apart. Squeeze and lower. Still keeping the backs of my arms active by pressing down into my mat here. Gotta close my eyes, the sun is so bright today. Good. So wherever you are today, I hope it's a nice, bright, sunny day. And if it's not, I'm sending you lots of sunshine there. Squeeze and lift and down. Take it up, let's hold it at the top. Tiny little pulse, just think up. And each time you're lifting, you're squeezing those glutes even more. And I want you to really think about press down evenly between the balls and the heels of the feet, between the right and the left foot. Really squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, just take one heel slightly out in front of you, and I want you to try to slide the heel. It's not going to move anywhere, but I want you to feel the hamstring contract. So I'm doing a little pull and pull. It's very hard to see. Dig the heel in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last 4, 3, 2. Now keep that activation, bring the heel in a little bit more. Keep digging and feel that imaginary pulling sensation. Lift the back foot. Let's take a single leg bridge. Hold it. Keep squeezing, pulling the heel in, squeezing the glutes. Hamstring, glute, hold, use the core. Band can be in it or out of it. Slowly come down. Release it, switch it out. So now we're gonna pull in with that other heel. So again, I'm imagining that I'm gonna slide the heel into my body. So it's a pulling with my energy, little dig in, in, in. 4, 3, bring it in just a little closer so you have enough leverage to pull in and lift up, back, back. Other leg comes up, lift and hold that bridge again. Squeeze, squeeze. Keep digging and pulling in. Feel that hamstring contract. And 4, 3, 2. Great job. Come on down. Let's lie onto one side. So we're going to come up onto the elbow, keeping the knees bent. So we're going to work through the outside of the hip and the glutes and the upper back at the same time. So we're going to anchor that band. Again, adjust your band to meet your needs. Palm faces in. We're going to lift and open top knee and top arm together. So it's external rotation through the hip, opening that top arm up in line with the shoulder. Good. Nice and slow to start. Kind of got to think about it because there's 2 different movements happening here. Concentrate mind and body together. 1 more. Now taking the arm open, extend and lift that leg in line with your hip. We're going to take the leg slightly back on a diagonal, open and lift the leg and arm together. Tiny range of motion. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, come in. Let's set it up to the other side. So we're gonna come onto the other hip, going into that clamshell and upper back fly. Ready? Slow and controlled. We just open for 2 and lower. Open. If you need to lie all the way down onto your side instead of staying on your elbow, you're welcome to do that as well. Nice and slow and controlled. Keep tension in that band at all times here. Two more. Last one. Now extending that top leg out, slightly back. Open that arm, slight lift, and pull back. So I'm thinking backing up with the arm and the leg. Nicely done. All right, let's take it back onto the back. Let your band go. We're gonna lie back onto the back one more time, just working through that spine, rounding down. Taking the elbows in, think about making a letter W with the backs of your hands touching the floor. See if you can reach out, keeping the backs of the hands on the ground. Make a letter Y position, and then pull back down to your W. Inhale, stretch, reach, exhale, bend and squeeze. One more time, inhaling, stretching, reaching, exhale, pull. Great job. Now just reaching out, pressing the backs of the hands down into the floor. Feel the inside of the shoulders activate. Take your arms down comfortably by your sides. One more here, just taking a little movement so that we can realign the neck here, drawing the chin in, contract the muscles in the back of the neck, and release. So think about making a double chin, pulling back, 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 pressing the back of the head into the floor. Release. 2 more. Last time. Good. Just having your feet a little wider. We're going to let one knee drop to the floor internally, rotating through the hip. Take your chin over to that same shoulder, the direction of the knee that's dropping. That's the way we're going to turn the head. Slowly switch the leg, turn the head the opposite direction. One more time, both sides. Nice and easy. Switch. Come back to the center. Let's just hug the knees in. Take a gentle rock from side to side. Massage that low back. Good. Bending and extending the legs. Last one here, just circle through the ankles. Believe it or not, tightness in our ankles can cause issues in our posture as well. So making sure everything is moving freely. Flex your toes, point your toes. One more time, flex your feet, point your toes. Hug those knees in. Let's turn over onto one side and just come on up to a seated position. And I want to thank you so much for joining me for this better posture and posterior routine. Hopefully that backside is feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit more aligned, and ready to take on whatever is left of your day today. Please keep up all the wonderful work you're doing with your training. I can't wait to get moving with you again soon. Take care, everybody.